What's the Not Your Finest Hour podcast? What is that all? I mean, I've heard stories.
Not Our Finest Hour podcast. One I'll have to check out one of these days when I get a minute to listen to it. I've been told it's not for everyone. I don't know. It's just the general reviews I hear on it, but it has been getting really good reviews.
And I've never personally listened to it, but I have heard it's not for everyone.
I listened to the Not Our Finest Hour podcast. Just great podcast. I've really enjoyed that.
I'm not endorsing anything. From what I said, from what Caleb told me, he said don't endorse anything unless you listen to it first.
I do once in a while listen in, and it's a lot of fun. But I do got to be careful. It is not for everyone.
Caleb Auman is always dropping notes that it's one of the most value-added shows out there.
Of course, through all the Not Our Finest Hour, you guys poking fun at so much different stuff is absolutely killer.
I don't feel any oppression tonight. In fact, I feel very free. The Not Our Finest Hour podcast. Thanks for being here.
PK, this is the Not Our Finest Hour. Do you want to kick us off here?
Welcome to the beginning of the podcast, where we're doing something that Mike arranged that I have no idea what we're doing. And I am back from suspension on a 30-day temporary reprieve. So until Mike and Chad name a podcast czar. So hopefully they can get that done in the next 30 days. And my suspension will stay reprieved, but we never know. Mike and Chad are in control. Mike, you take it away now because I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Sounds good. This is the Not Our Finest Hour Survivor. We have 9 contestants here, but there can only be one survivor. This is the first, and as far as I know it, the first Hardscape Survivor ever. Each round, guys, there's going to be a challenge. The winner of that challenge is going to get immunity. We all vote, and then that person who gets voted is voted off the island. You can remain here. You're welcome to stay here and participate in more challenges, but you will not have a chance at the grand prize there. Basically, if you choose to leave, I'm going to message you the top 3, whoever they are, and you're going to vote, because if you are voted out, you are on the jury and you get a choice of who wins the grand prize there of the final 3. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves, especially while I'm talking. If you want to throw people off, if you want to form alliances, you can also message each other on Instagram if you want to do it a little bit more covertly. But this is a free-for-all from here on out. You guys need to lie, cheat, steal, do whatever you need to do to win that grand prize. And what is up for grabs is a Not Our Finest Hour oppression hat at an estimated value of $1,000. This is so scarce, guys, that I don't even have one to show you. So nobody has actually bitten the bullet and actually bought one. So that's maybe a testament to our pricing, but who knows? Anyways, we also do have somebody else who hopped in here, and I'm just going to share a quick little video because they sent us this.
Oh boy.
Hey everybody, it's Chris of Perma Paver Edging. So happy and proud to be a sponsor of Not Our Finest Hour Survivor. We're giving away the grand prize, 20 Perma packs, our new Perma packs. If you're not familiar with it, it's a 1-pound pack. You add to a 50, 60-pound bag of concrete. It's going to waterproof it, make it more flexible, air entrainment, shrink resistance, along with the macro fibers. So anyhow, best of luck, and proud to sponsor this event. Thanks, guys.
So there it is. This is the Not Our Finest Hour Survivor presented by Perma Edge, the Perma Packs.
I didn't know Chris was so hard up. Gee.
It's going to be pretty hard up to sponsor this podcast.
Have these packs passed the chain test?
If I'm the winner, we'll find out.
That's a great question.
So there it is. There's the grand prize announcement there. And for whatever legal thing we need, this is not a contest or a game or anything. Chris is just going to choose one of us to send permapacks to, and I get to choose that person, and I'm going to decide it to be the winner. So this is, for any legal reminder, this is not a contest, game show, or whatever I need to say to keep us from being sued here. With that being said, we have our first challenge, and this challenge is going to be based on our survey that we just took. Before we get into it, I'm going to be asking just random questions just to get started here, get the ball rolling. So feel free to answer them as you wish, or don't answer them if you don't want to. Starting with PK there. PK, have you
No.
made any alliances coming into this? Did you talk to
No.
anybody?
I was suspended. I wasn't allowed.
You're
No communication with anyone that would be on the podcast. So I have no alliances. I'm going in blind.
No alliances, going in blind. Do you feel like there's a target on your back at all?
Absolutely. Always. Yeah. There's a lot of Americans here. I may have made some disparaging comments about America on the last podcast, maybe, and the tariffs. I don't know 100%, but so I think that I do have a target on my back. I don't think they're going to let it go. So,
Jeremy, in the chat, you mentioned that there was a pretty obvious alliance. Did that alliance hold true? Did you talk to people? Did you form that alliance even further?
I'm part of a pretty large alliance, actually.
Ooh.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to fight against this alliance, to be honest with you. I don't know what you guys are going to do.
Mark, have you had a chance to strategize at all? Are you ready for getting into who you're going to vote off first and get ready into this game?
You can't make me talk right now. I'm keeping everything right here. Yeah, this is serious shit.
Dude, I love that Moongate, by the way, though. That's
Well,
nice background.
I'm hoping that'll get me some extra votes. So
Yeah, that'll do it.
All right, guys, this first game, this first challenge, we are going to do a vote. Basically, in the chat, you're going to type your response as to each of those questions that you filled out. Who you think that got the most votes? If you answer correctly, you are able to knock off a pedestal or a logo off of each of our, and I'll share my screen here so you can actually see.
can I ask a legit question before we do this?
You can actually absolutely do.
How do you use the chat?
There's the chat button. Can everyone see the chat button?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's the chat button?
Oh boy.
This is a lot.
Listen, I'm good at like 3 things. This isn't one of them. I hit the more. Show chat previews, chat.
There you go. Is everyone got the chat? Everyone's good?
I'm in the chat.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
So basically, I'll ask the question based on the survey. You're going to give me an answer in the chat as to who you thought got the most votes from everybody. If you got the answer correctly, you then get to choose a logo to knock off from each. You get to choose just one logo. So we're trying to flesh out who's got alliances, pre-existing alliances, and to maybe hurt some feelings in this process here. So if you guys are ready, any questions before we get started here? All right.
So, what
You
am I
going to
doing?
add Auman?
So the first question was, who is the funniest? So in the chat, you're going to type in who you think got the most amount of votes for who is the funniest. It's all participants here. So who do you think got the most amount of votes for who is the funniest? If you get the answer correct, you get to knock off one of the logos. So we got Nick says PK, Andy says PK, DPR, PK, Matt, PK, 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 PK. Looks like everybody got that correct. So in order of who has actually answered that, we're going to start with Nick. Nick, whose logo do you want to knock off?
Oh man. Okay. I'll go for a threat. Let's do Mulder.
Mulder. Down to 3. Andy, Mulder, who do you want to knock off here?
Oh shit.
man, probably DPR.
DPR gets one knocked off.
Okay.
We got DPR. Who do you want to knock off?
I'll fire back at Mulder.
Ooh, Mulder's taking hits here. Mulder down to 2, DPR at 3, and we've got Matt, Hardscape Ottawa. Who do you want to knock off?
I'm gonna knock off PK for thinking he's so funny.
Oh,
Whoa, Canada, come on.
shots fired. Mark, who do you want to knock off?
Oh, geez. I'll just go with Hardscape Ottawa because I don't know him yet. So we'll start off on the wrong foot.
We've got Auman. Who do you want to knock off?
Well, should I just be an observer here since
No, you're good. You're good. You're just not on the survey. You're fine.
I'm gonna hit signatures just for not being here.
Oh, that's right. He's
Oh,
not here. No.
shit, there you go.
You can't vote signature. He's not here. He's not here. Can't vote signature.
What kind
Sorry.
of game is this?
I'm honestly fathomed that you delete signatures so fast.
Uh,
That would be like a
I thought the exact
2 hour
same
like
thing.
okay, it would be like 2 hours of time for me to figure that out, and boom, like fucking software people.
All right, Auman, who do you want to knock off?
Oh man, I'm gonna hit Mark just because he posted a meme I didn't like the other day.
Ooh, Mark's down to 3 as well. NDL, NRX, and J Squared still has 4. We're going to Success, the Landscape Daddy. Who do you want to knock off?
I want to thin out J squared a bit.
Ooh.
Ooh yeah.
Paver King, PK, who do you want to knock off?
I'm gonna go with Chad because he suspended me.
There it is. J Squared. We got one more person with 4 logos remaining. Who do you want to knock off?
All right.
Let's go with NRX just because they don't have
Thanks.
one yet.
There it is.
Sorry, dude.
Everyone's
Sorry,
down to
buddy.
3 logos,
That's okay.
and Mulder has 2 on that first round. On to our next question here. If I figured this out. Here we go. Who is the best hardscaper? Put your answer in the chat. Who you think got the most votes?
So not your answer, the answer that you think is correct.
The answer that you think got the most number of votes.
Hmm.
All right, votes are in, and we've got, I think everyone's in. Jeremy got Green Monster correct. We got Nick got Green Monster correct, and Andy got Green Monster correct. Green Monster voted the best hardscaper of the 8 participants here. So starting with
Really?
Jeremy, yeah.
I
Jeremy,
mean, look at his
Moongate got him.
background.
I'm flattered. I don't think you guys know what the fuck you're talking about, but I'm flattered nonetheless.
so Jeremy, whose logo do you want to knock off here?
Let's knock off NDL.
Oh, I knew it was coming.
Nick, who do you want to knock off?
Oh, okay. Let's do another J squared.
J squared down to 2.
Sorry, guys.
And Andy Mulder, who do you want to knock off?
Hardscape Ottawa.
Ooh, we're getting low here. We've got PK, Green Monster, and DPR all at 3. Everyone else at 2. Our next question on the survey: who do you think got the most number of votes? Who operates the best business? Put your answers in the chat. Answers all in. That's a cutoff. We've got 2 answers here that got the same number of votes. We've got Success over there, the Landscape Daddy, and we got J squared as the answer. So with that being said, Matt, Hardscape Ottawa, whose logo do you want to knock off?
Oof. I'll go Mulder for that vote against me just now.
Ooh, Mulder down to 1 logo and the first to possibly be eliminated from this immunity challenge. Let's see here. J squared, we got DPR. DPR, who do you want to take off here?
Let's go NRX. Sorry, man.
That's okay.
NRX down to 2. And Andy Mulder answered J squared. Andy, who do you want to take off?
Paver King. He's got too many.
Paver King down to 2. Let's see, who else did I miss? Nope, that's it. Unless I missed anyone, shout out now. Otherwise, we're going to the next question. Who has the best social media of the group? Put your answer into the chat. And the answer is Andy Mulder with the best social media of the group.
Thank you.
I missed where the answers came in. So Nick, did you answer Mulder there?
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, okay. So Nick, who do you want to knock off there?
Let's go DPR. They still got 3.
DPR down to 2. Mark, you answered Mulder. Who do you want to knock off?
Let's go DPR.
DPR down to 2.
That's 1.
Oh, down to 1. Sorry. DPR. Do you want to knock anyone else back?
No, I'm too nice for this. I'll go Green Monster. Hit you back there, bud.
Green Monster down to 2. Everyone's at 2 or 1. We've got Success, the Landscape Daddy.
Oh, I got it. Ooh. Anyone want to buy my answer?
Ooh, this is
Nice. That's a businessman.
That's
If I win, I'll give you
businessman.
one bag of that stuff that we get, and I'll lend you my chain.
J squared again.
J squared down to 1. We got J squared, Mulder, and DPR down to 1. And Jeremy, who do you want to knock off here with a logo?
Let's take DPR all the way out.
DPR,
Sorry,
the
buddy.
first
Oh.
one eliminated. Not from the game, just from the challenge. You're still good. We'll see how the votes go. So the next question here is, who do you trust the most? Who do you think got the most votes? For who do you trust the most? Answers in the chat. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. The number 1 voted was Paver King. Paver King trusted the most in the group.
That's bizarre.
Which means we've got Mark. Mark, who do you want to knock off here?
Oh, well, I can't knock off Paver King because he's the only other 50-plus-year-old angry landscaper that's going to die doing this. So, how about Chad, NDL?
Oh,
NDL down to 1. We've got NDL success. Who do you want to knock off?
a fire back at Green Monster.
Oh, geez.
Green Monster back down to 1 there. And the last one who got that right, Andy Mulder. Who do you want to knock off here?
NDL, you gotta go.
Oh,
NDL.
at least I wasn't worried. I was worried about being the
Canadians gone.
Adios.
The Americans are teaming up here. This is
Yeah, you're going to become the 51st state, whether you want to or not.
Next question.
Learn how to make your own electricity.
Who has the biggest influence in the hardscape industry of our contestants? Answers in the chat in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got our answer as Andy Mulder, which means, Mark, you get to knock somebody off here.
I do. Ottawa.
Hardscape Ottawa.
Sheesh, that's 2 against me.
I feel like Mark's gotten the most correct here out of everyone.
Have I?
Nick, NRX, who do you want to knock off?
Let's go with let's take Mulder out.
Mulder, the third one knocked out here. Jeremy, you answered Mulder correctly. Who do you want to take out?
Well, I'm just taking out the weak straws. So it's Hardscape Ottawa.
Hardscape Ottawa. That's another Canadian out. It's
Yeah.
only
Sorry,
Canadians
guys.
that have been. Oh, and Andy there.
Lake Ontario is going to be Lake America next.
Lake America. Only if you can drill for oil under it.
Okay.
We can frack it.
Look at frack.
PK, you're up here. Who do you want to knock off?
I'm gonna even the board and take out NRX.
NRX. We've got NRX at 1, J squared at 1, Green Monster at 1, and PK at 2. This could be the last one here if people get this right. Who is most likely to win Not Our Finest Hour Survivor? Answers in the chat in 5, 4, 3,
If you're
2,
out, do you keep answering?
1. No, if you're out, you don't have to answer there. The Landscape Daddy is the answer to most likely to win.
You guys
Not Our
have big
Finest
expectations for someone who came in with no plan.
That means Andy got it right. Andy, whose logo do you want to knock off?
NRX.
All right.
Andy, you're not in it. You're out.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
Nice.
Perfect.
Jeremy, J squared, you're in it. You got it correct.
We'll knock out another Canadian, NRX. Sorry, bud.
All right.
Comedians dropping like flies. And then Nick,
There's a line being drawn in the sand right now in this game. I see this. It seems like right around the 49th parallel, and that's real interesting.
Nick, you were
my vote?
Yeah, you got it in this round, so you're good. You can vote.
I can still vote even though I'm gone right now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do J squared.
J squared.
Oh, Canada.
That leaves Green Monster with 1 and PK with 2. The final one here could be. Who's most likely to get it voted out first? Green Monster, PK. Put your answers in the chat. PK, if you get this correct, you win. Most likely to be voted out first. Answers in the chat. 5, 4.
Oh.
Biggest, most voted out first was Paver King. None of you guys got that correct.
The confidence that the group had in me is unbelievable.
Which brings us to our, third from last question. Who deserves the grand prize the most? Answers in the chat. Who got the most there? Responses. Who deserves the grand prize most? PK and Green Monster. PK, once again, if you get this correct, you win. Perfect. And the answer is tied between NRX and J Squared Outdoor, which means PK, you can take out Green Monster. Would you like to take out Green Monster?
I'll take out Green Monster.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Boom. And I ended up with 2, but whatever.
And that brings us to the end of the first challenge. PK, you deserve the immunity. You cannot be voted out this round, which means any other of our participants can be voted out.
I thought that was the end of the game and I won.
I did too.
No. The game keeps going. We do have to get things moving. So you have 1 minute now.
Oh man, this is only 10% down.
Talk amongst yourselves or message each other on Instagram who you're voting for, or don't even game plan at all. I need your votes of who's being voted out first. You send it to me at How to Hardscape on Instagram, or you can announce it right here if you really want to and set a target on your back. But votes in less than 1 minute. And as you're doing that, I'm going to be asking you guys questions just so we got some airtime filled in here.
So we're just sending you someone's name?
Yep. Who you're voting out to hear who you're voting out. So send it to me at How to Hardscape. You can't go to any other place because I'm not checking any other place. So PK, how do you feel about winning the first immunity challenge?
I'm shocked. I generally don't win at anything. I think everyone knows that.
Auman, do you feel you have a target on your back? Are you nervous at all of being the first person voted out of Not Our Finest Hour Survivor?
I'm confident that the American Alliance will hold up if there was one. I don't know. We'll see.
Mulder, is there a such thing as this American Alliance? Is this?
I have never heard of this. Apparently, I'm not on it. So this whole thing is amazing.
So are we all voting opposite of our border then? Is that how we're voting?
It's up to you guys. You talk to each other. Talk to each other.
Well, it's exactly 4 and 4, right?
We as Canadians took a beating in that last round by the Americans.
Well, Canadian won.
Remember that. Most of the Canadian eliminations were by American guys.
All right. Your vote needs to go to How to Hardscape in 10 seconds. 10. Hardscape Ottawa, how you feeling there?
I was not guessing too correctly in that last one, but feel if we get into some hardscape related challenges, I'll do pretty well here.
Well, we'll see. This is not our finest hour, so. All right. I think we got all of our votes. If you haven't, that's it. And we're going to start counting up the votes. The first vote is for Andy Mulder. Andy Mulder, you have 1 vote. The second vote, DPR. DPR 1, Andy Mulder 1. Third vote, J Squared. Ooh. That means Andy, J Squared, and DPR each have 1 vote. Fourth vote, DPR. DPR, you have 2. Next vote, Hardscape Ottawa. Hardscape Ottawa has 1. Next vote, DPR. Once again, DPR has 3 votes. That means if DPR or nobody else gets other votes, or DPR gets 1 more vote, DPR will be the first person eliminated from Not Our Finest Hour Survivor. Next vote, Auman. I don't know what that So I don't know what that one is. So the next vote is Mulder. Mulder, you have 2. And then we have J Squared. J Squared also has 2. That means DPR has 3. Andy Mulder has 2. Jeremy has 2. And the last vote is Hardscape Ottawa, which also leaves us with 2. And that means that DPR, I'm sorry, but you are the first to be eliminated from Not Our Finest Hour Survivor.
Cheers.
You're welcome to stay here and throw everybody else off their game and do whatever you need to do to sabotage anybody that you think voted for you. But Jordan, thank you so much for participating.
No, it's fun.
We'll see how this next challenge goes. Who knows? All right. Everybody else ready for the next challenge? This one's going to be a lot quicker because we need to get moving here.
Yeah, it was long.
All right. This next challenge, I hope you guys are good at puzzles. You're going to want to do this on your computer. In the chat, I'm going to be putting a link. This link is a puzzle that you need to do. Once you've completed the puzzle, you then share your screen. The first person to share their screen, there's got to be a share button somewhere, and everybody should be able to share. First person to share their screen with a completed puzzle, has to be a completed puzzle, wins immunity in this next challenge. Oh, sorry. One sec. No. I forgot one thing. No, we'll do this in the next one. Don't worry about it. I'm good. Losing my mind here. All right. Link is in the chat.
Oh,
you can now click on it.
I know where those pieces go.
You can now click on it, complete the puzzle, share your screen to know that you have won the challenge.
It was racy.
I'm going to share my screen for our audience just so they can actually see what we're doing. Actually, no, I'll talk to you guys just so I don't take up the screen share here. Jad, what are you kind of seeing there that's coming together?
What am I trying to see where?
What are you seeing that's coming together there of this puzzle?
That's the best puzzle I ever did.
The best puzzle I ever
Where's this?
If you complete the puzzle and you share your screen, you win the immunity. Nick, how's it going?
I know how to share the screen.
I'm almost done, but I don't know how to share the screen. I'm very confused.
I also don't know how to. Yeah, I feel the screen sharing is the harder part of this.
Yeah,
I mean, it adds to the challenge.
I finished it, but I don't know how to share my
How do you share a screen?
There should be a more button somewhere. Everybody should have a share screen function.
How much time did you spend making this whole thing?
And there we go. We got our first screen share. Mark is loading. And there it is. Mark has completed the Landscape Daddy.
How do I get back?
This was really easy for me because I have this picture on my office wall.
Awesome. Mark, you can stop sharing your screen there. Mark wins immunity in this next challenge. Mark cannot be voted off. That means now you can start to talk amongst yourselves who you're voting off next. DPR cannot be voted off. He's already been voted off. And Mark has immunity in that challenge for completing the Landscape Daddy puzzle. Everybody,
Will we just text you again? Message you again?
Message me on how to Hardscape your vote. And as you guys are doing that, Mark, how do you feel about winning that challenge?
I don't know if I could be any more excited than I am right now.
Do you feel you're one step closer to that grand prize?
Well, I never win anything, so I don't have a lot of confidence in myself still, but I have a tendency to be self-deprecating, so I'm just going to keep going with that, and if I win, I'll be shocked.
Beautiful.
What are we voting for now?
You're voting somebody off the island.
Oh.
That's not part of the American Alliance, Caleb. You got to keep up here. You're part of that, so don't vote for the American people. I just don't want you to.
All right. Votes are in 5, 4, 3, 2. All right. Votes are in. First vote, J Squared Outdoor. Second vote, Andy Mulder, Mulder Outdoors. Third vote, and Mulder. Mulder, you have 2. J Squared has 1. Next vote, Mulder.
Ooh.
Mulder has 3. J Squared has 1. Next vote, Hardscape Ottawa. Ottawa has 1. Next vote, J squared. No, I got that wrong. I read a previous message. Next vote is Ottawa. Sorry. Hardscape Ottawa has 2.
Oh. Oh.
Next vote. Hardscape Ottawa has 3. That means Mulder and Hardscape Ottawa each have 3. The final vote could determine this. The next vote, NRX. That means with all votes tallied, we have Hardscape Ottawa and Andy Mulder tied. And for this round, everybody other than J squared and Andy needs to, everyone other than Mulder and Ottawa needs to vote. So send your vote in if you're voting in Mulder or Ottawa. You can't vote anyone else, just Mulder or Ottawa. And Hardscape Ottawa and
Andy, you should have given out more freedom hats. You should have given out more. Like, if you'd handed out extra freedom hats, you wouldn't have found yourself in this situation.
I know. I know. I didn't see this coming.
If the votes are tied, both will be eliminated. Just to let you know.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
I'm just running out of the seat of my pants at this point. First vote, Mulder. 1 vote, Mulder. Second vote, Ottawa. 1 vote, Mulder. 1 vote, Ottawa. Third, Ottawa. That's 3 Ottawa, 1 Mulder. Next vote, Ottawa. Next vote, Mulder. And last vote, Ottawa. Hardscape Ottawa, you're the second person eliminated from Not Our Finest Hour Survivor. Any closing comments that you want to make before you leave? Any
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have to make this a tariff thing, but apparently that's what happened. And all my Canadian brothers should have backed me up a little bit more in these rounds. So it is what it is, eh? Thanks, boys.
Freedom isn't free.
No, it's Civil War.
It costs $1.05.
I got to dig my freedom hat out of the closet. Give me a second.
Hardscape, I have one thing to do before you're out of the game completely. You get to choose one person to spin the wheel of immunity, nothing, or they get voted out immediately. You get to choose one person to spin the wheel, the Not Our Finest Hour chaos wheel here.
Choose one person. Well, feel like I want to give that to NRX because if he gets the immunity, he'll do well with it.
NRX,
Hey.
spinning the wheel.
Do I press anything or you spun it for me?
Go. That's
I
better.
spun it for you. Nothing happens.
Nothing.
We're gonna run out of game.
Thank you.
All right.
I feel like I'm in the company camp studio with the sound effects.
Yeah, that was great.
All right. Here we go. Our next game is going to be closest to the price. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name, to the price or the number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name something. You're going to put your answers into the chat as to the price or the closest number. First person to get 2 of these correct is going to be the winner of this immunity challenge and cannot be voted out. So closest to the price or number. I do have prices for American and Canadian. So you're just answering in your actual currency in the chat. We're going to start off with numbers and not currencies though. So closest to the number, doesn't have to, you can be over, it doesn't matter. First one, Perma Edge makes their Perma packs, makes standard concrete this percentage more flexible. How much more percentage does it make standard concrete more flexible? Put your answers into the chat in 5 seconds.
Good.
5.
I don't know how to get in the chat. Okay, I'm in.
4, 3, 2, 1. Answers in. The closest. 783% is the correct answer, which means Nick, you have won, or you have won. You need 2.
Thanks.
2 to win immunity here. Next question. Permapack on open graded base. How much linear feet do you get out of one permapack mixed in with 1 bag of concrete? Linear feet on open graded base. And I'm looking for the higher end of the answer. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is 16, which means Andy has one on the board. Andy and Nick each need one more to win immunity. Next question. Permapack on dense grade base. How much linear feet can you get out of Permapack mixed in with one bag of concrete? Looking for the higher end of their range there. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have 2 answers here that are correct. However, this person got it already has one. 21 is the answer, which means the Landscape Daddy and Andy Mulder both get one. Andy, that's your second one. That means you have won immunity in this round. Congratulations, Andy, especially after getting 3 votes in that last one. That's probably well earned, which means we're at our next voting. Everybody needs to cast their vote. Give me 1 sec before you cast your vote. I need to read all the things so they pop up. Okay. Yeah, you can cast your vote to me at How to Hardscape. You can talk amongst each other if you want to see who other people are voting. Scheme. Votes going into at How to Hardscape in less than 30 seconds here. Auman, how you looking here? You think you're looking pretty good?
I think everybody forgot I'm here.
Smart.
Trying to fly under the radar, is that a strategy?
That's my tactic the whole time.
J Squared, how you feeling?
I'm scared.
Scared?
But
you think that you could be the next one out?
You never know. It's just things could just turn on a dime.
Yeah. Landscape Daddy, it feels like the Canadian crew have been getting kicked out. Are you nervous at all?
Well, I'd like to remind everybody that I've changed the name on my screen and hoping for something here.
All right. Votes are in. First vote, J Squared. Second vote, J Squared. J Squared has 2 votes against him. Next vote, NRX. NRX 1, J Squared 2. Next vote, NRX. Tied up 2-2. Next vote, Auman gets his first vote.
Oh, now I shouldn't have spoke up.
Second to last vote, NRX. NRX has 3. J Squared has 2. Final vote, NRX. Our next Canadian knocked off the island. Nick, I'm sorry to see you go.
That's okay. I'll hang out for a bit.
Any closing comments?
Hey,
remarks?
guys.
No, I'll just hate you guys from here a little bit. Who's gonna watch you? No, it's a lot of fun.
What I warned you guys about. This is what I warned you about. But I'm wondering now that I've got a more of a freedom hat here on. Do I get back in the game or how does this work? What's the deal?
You get to vote for the winner. You get the ultimate payback at the end of this.
Perfect.
Nick, you need to choose somebody to spin the wheel.
Let's see. Let's go PK.
PK, you're going to be spinning the wheel here.
Can I get like
Scary
immediately
'cause I get
eliminated?
too.
No, I don't. I want you to get the immunity.
Well, you'll notice I
There's
changed.
no nothing now either. Holy shit! You're just 50-50 at PK.
I'm betting
You
it all on,
noticed
I'm
that
betting
the
my whole,
immunity has been knocked out.
I'm betting it all on blue.
50% tariff on nothing.
PK, spinning the wheel of chaos.
Well,
let's go.
PK gets
There you go.
immunity. Which is not good. I'm running out of games here. I need people voted out. All right, PK, this is a hidden immunity. You can play it at any point in time. This is in addition to the challenge. So you could win the challenge immunity, and you can give this immunity away to anybody as well. It has to be presented after the vote has been placed. If you don't know how the hidden immunity works there, after the vote is placed, you can play it on yourself, or you can play it on anybody if you want to save somebody there.
Ooh.
Okay, next game. Okay, this is a interesting one because I needed more people voted out, but the chaos wheel did not give me that. This is the next game. We're gonna have a double elimination. No, I can't do that. I gotta figure something out here. But this is gonna be an estimating game. So everyone get their How to Hardscape headquarters software open. I'm just kidding. You don't need that. I'm just joking. This is going to be an estimating game. So how this game works is I have a project. I have 3 projects. If you win one of the projects, you go on to the finals. If you win the second project, you go on to the finals, and then those top 2 will compete in that final one. So this estimating game has a spin on it. I'm not going to give any information. Everybody's going to get one question to ask me about the project, and based on everybody's questions and the answers that I give, you're going to try to quote what I have quoted closest to the price. Once again, I do have US and American prices. Closest to the price wins. So just to reiterate, I'm not giving you any information, but everybody gets one question. I answer that question about the project. Then you use that information to try to give me a price on that project. Closest to it goes on to the finals there. And then the final 2 play against each other. Any questions? All right. The Landscape Daddy. You want to kick us off with the question about the project that I have in mind here that I've quoted?
Not really. No. Can you give anything before I start? Like,
I'm not giving you anything. It's only going to be based on the questions that you guys ask.
Is it a patio?
There is a patio. Yes, absolutely. Next question over to Mark. Mark, do you have a question that you want to ask me about the project?
What's the largest piece of equipment you can get in there?
It's full access. You can get anything you want into the backyard. Jeremy, question for the project.
So explain this to me again. We're trying to.
You're just trying to ask me
questions?
questions because I'm not giving you any information about the project that I've quoted.
Well, that's difficult.
Yeah, it is.
What kind of project is this?
Well, the Landscape Daddy asked if there's a patio in it. There's a patio in it. There are features in it as well. I can give you that. Andy Mulder, your question.
How much did you charge for this job?
I can't give you that answer, Andy. Do you want to ask a different question?
How many square feet?
That's a good question. There is 350 square feet total.
How much? 350?
350 square feet. Caleb, your question.
What does the project owner do for a living?
Ooh. They have
making that up.
Yeah, I'm completely making this up now. They have an average pay for the region, I would say. That's the most obscure thing. I didn't even think about that one. Let's see. Going over to PK. PK, what's your question?
Just because we all know I'm a heavy software guy. What's the amount of billable man hours that are going to go into this project?
The amount of billable man hours. I can't give you that. That's too much.
What are you talking about? All right. What's the front door look like, Mike?
Hey.
They have a very nice front door.
Okay. Fair.
All right. Put your answers in the chat. What you would quote for this project based on the information that you've got. That's it.
Any steps or walls?
I can't give you that, Nick, because
I'm not in it.
Give us at least that.
Any steps or walls? Okay, I'll give you one more for this. There are 2 steps, 6 foot each. There is no wall. So just to reiterate on all these different things, 350 square foot patio, 2 steps.
Are we doing this in like ultra valuable American dollars or worthless?
You're doing Canadian
cash?
or US, whatever one you want, and I've got answers for both, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
so put whatever you would quote for this project into the chat. You've got 15 seconds. We got to get going here. It's not meant to be accurate. Just put your best guess based on the information that you have.
69. That's funny.
This is awkward silence, Mike.
Sorry, I'm also focusing on getting the next one right.
If you want to be, if you want to be the host and you want to run the game, Mike, you got to be.
I know.
Task
Like,
oriented.
are you offering a winter discount of 25% at present? Or?
That's a good question. All right, we've
and then
got
inflating the price by 25% and then knocking it off that much.
All right, we have got Caleb says 24,765, J squared 69,000, Mark 29,000, the 51st landscaper 18,750, Andy 42,000, 569, and Landscape Daddy has a plus cash rebate on his. But the Landscape Daddy was correct at, or closest to it. My answer was $16,750 for a 350 square foot patio and 2 steps. That was it. 350 square foot patio, 2 steps, 16,750, which works out to be 11,680 US dollar. Landscape Daddy, you go on to the finals, so you don't have to worry about this next one. The next one, project number 2, if you get this answer correct, you move on to challenge Landscape Daddy for project number 3. So that means, Mark, or no, I'll work backwards here. PK, your first question about project number 2. Remember, I don't give you anything, just based on your questions that you ask.
How many billable man hours are in this project? Is there a pool?
There's no pool. Mark, or no, going backwards. Auman, Caleb, what is your question?
Is it porcelain pavers?
Ooh, it is porcelain. You can also ask a little bit like what material is it that works, but yes, it is porcelain. That's amazing. Are you looking at my screen?
Up there an architect last time, so I could put a pain in the ass factor on it too. But
yeah. Andy, on to you.
Oh man. What time of the year are we doing this?
This is going to be a spring project. Jeremy.
Canadian spring or American spring?
Canadian spring. Mark.
Who's going to be your bin supplier?
I would obviously go with Paver King.
Okay. Well, the answer's easy then.
All right. Based on all that information, you guys got is that it's a porcelain patio. Good luck.
No size. Wait, did anybody ask for the size?
Nobody asked for the size. Nope.
I mean, I've done some jobs like this, but whatever.
All right, good luck.
Answers in the chat. Man. Porcelain patio, there's no pool. We're doing it in the spring. And it is the Canadian spring.
I did a job like that. I didn't know how much I made either, so.
All right.
This is completely blind guessing. It's just pick a number between 1 and 100,000.
1 million. Good guess, Mulder. Let's see here.
It's been done before.
Oh yeah.
And the closest person moving on to face Chad in project 3 is Mark. Mark, 30,000, and it came out to $27,370 US.
Oh, good job, Mark.
Yeah.
I guess 30,000.
That was a good guess. That was a good guess.
It was a tall guess.
You were US though. You're a bit further away, PK.
Why was I US? Why would
sorry,
I be
you were
guessing
Canadian.
in US?
No, you were in Canadian. You're further than what Mark is in US.
I'm glad you're converting it so quickly. Thank you.
I'm trying my best
You're
here. I'm
better
struggling.
man than me.
I'm struggling here, but I'm
Even
trying
the
my best.
Canadians are against the Canadians in this game.
Civil War.
All right, that means Landscape Daddy and Mark, you're competing against each other, and this is the simplest project of all 3. So you're the only 2 asking questions, so it is the simplest project of the 3. Let's start with the Landscape Daddy. You were the first, so you're the first to ask the first question here.
How many square feet of interlocking pavers is on this job?
There are 400 square feet of interlock on this
I
job.
need to know.
Mark, your question.
Is it a walkway or a patio?
It is a patio, and that's it. Answers in the chat. 400 square feet, patio.
Could be a fucking fountain on this job, and we wouldn't know about it. Like, okay.
There's got to be a twist.
Yeah.
Low 20s is what J Squared says. Bid the low 20s. 400 square feet, that's $8,000 if you guys want to take a stab at that.
Oh shit, we were putting them in here. I thought we were sending them to your private thing.
I wasn't looking at
I was
that.
wondering why I didn't see yours.
Yeah.
So fucking terrible at fucking this. Jesus. Stupid wandering.
All right, the
brain.
landscape daddy has his answer in. Mark, you have your answer in. And this was a simple, just 400 square foot patio. That's it. So this answer was 14,750 Canadian or 10,285 US, which means Mark is the closest to that. Mark, you have won immunity in this round. Remember, PK has the hidden immunity. He can play it on himself if he chooses. He can also give it away, which means this is our next voting round. Let me just read all your messages so I know who's voted. And you're going to start to, if you want, start to scheme with each other, who you voting for. And you can send them to me at
Are
How
we
to
setting
Hardscape.
this one into your private chat or into the
This
other
is going into my private chat. Only the votes are going into my private chat. So Mark
Okay.
has immunity, cannot be voted off. PK can play his immunity before I start reading the votes. So he can possibly not be voted off, or he can give it away to anybody if he wants to save somebody.
I'm using my immunity.
Well, do you want to use it right now?
Yeah.
Okay. PK is safe. He
What
cannot be
difference does it
voted
make
off.
if I do it now or before the votes? People are still voting. Oh, maybe they could have voted for me. This is why we need a producer.
Yeah, I definitely need a producer.
Get Caleb next time. Get Caleb's assistant. She's really good. What's her name? Caleb.
D Mamayak.
See, next time, Mike, you talk to Caleb and get more organized.
Sounds good. All right, votes are cast. First vote, NDL.
Oh no.
Second vote, NDL.
Yikes.
Third
Nice.
vote,
Jeez.
NDL.
Oh, fuck the cat.
That's the alliance. They can't take PK out. That's the only Canadian.
I told you guys this way back. They drew this line in
Yeah.
the sand and we didn't meet them.
Which means,
I mean, they told us about it. They said there's an alliance.
which means if NDL gets one more vote, he's the next person voted off. 3 more votes. Next vote, J squared.
Mm-mm.
In the final, or next vote, Mulder. In the final vote, NDL.
Ooh.
Chad, I'm sorry. You're the next person voted
My
off the island. Do you have any closing comments for all these guys?
I'm happy to be there for you guys as the 51st state and landscaper. We'll see when that happens.
Chad, you need to choose somebody to spin the wheel of chaos here. Who would you like to choose to spin the wheel?
Caleb's doing quiet.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry, Caleb.
Oh shit.
Where did it go?
Oh jeez.
Sorry, Caleb. I didn't know.
Rude.
I'm sorry, Caleb, but you have been voted off the island as well. Caleb, do you have any closing comments, remarks for Chad, or he threw you?
Oh, that's absurd. Glad I voted you off in the first place now.
All right, that leaves us with Paver King, Andy Mulder, J squared, Mark, and that's it. Right? Just 4? Am I missing any? Okay, we got 4 remaining, which is really good because I only had one more game. And
May as well just vote Paver King off right now, the way these lads are operating down there.
this is the worst game of them all. I'm sorry, guys. This is over under. First person to put over under in the chat. I only got one question. So whoever gets this right wins immunity here. So over under in the chat to this question. Now you might see on your end that you were the first person to put the response, but it all depends on what comes on my end. So it just depends on internet connection and all that. So don't yell at me if you see that you're the first person. And the question is, so over or under, it has to be spelling correct, over or under, spelling correct. And you have to be the first person to put it in the chat. I'm going to read the question at any point in time. When I start reading the question, you can put over and under or under in the chat.
Real PK, you got this, buddy.
How many Not Our Finest Hour and How to Hardscape podcast episodes combined are there? Over or under 530? All right. First person to put their answer into the chat was Paver King. Paver King says over 530, and there are 536 episodes. Paver King wins immunity.
That's a
Cannot
lot,
be
man.
voted out. Automatically goes to the final 3. That means Mark, Jeremy, or Andy can be voted out this round and will not be going to the final 3. So, Paver King, Andy, Jeremy, Mark, you need to vote in the at How to Hardscape on Instagram. Send me your vote. Final 3 will be selected by our jury here.
It's a tough spot for you fellas.
PK, you need to vote too, though.
Shit. And what chat is this going into?
At How to Hardscape. Send me your vote.
Okay.
J Squared, are you feeling comfortable here? You think you're going to go to the final 3 here?
No.
No? Mulder, how are you feeling?
I don't I don't know. It's too much.
Mark, are you confident you're going to that final 3?
Well, I don't know anything about this game, but and I never watched it. But I remember there was a naked guy that went really far, so I'm thinking about taking my pants off right now. I think he was from New Hampshire too, wasn't he?
You guys are wearing pants?
You do what you got to do to win, you know?
All right. Votes have been cast. First vote, Mark. Second vote, Mark. That's 2 votes, Mark. If Mark gets 1 more vote, he's been voted off. Third vote, Mulder. That's 2 votes, Mark, 1 vote, Mulder. And the last and final vote, and the last person eliminated before our final final voting jury round. Mark, I'm sorry, you've been voted off the island.
I knew I should take my pants off.
You still can. You still can.
Too little, too late.
Not
now.
over yet.
Mark, thank you so much for participating. Any closing comments for everybody here?
No, I just can't wait to see who gets voted next.
So our final round here, we have our final 3, Paver King, Andy Mulder, and Jeremy Swihart. You guys each have 30 seconds to give a speech to your jury. The jury is going to cast a vote for whoever they want to win, not who they want to vote off. The jury is going to send me that out at How to Hardscape. So each of you has 30 seconds to give a speech. Why should you win? And then each of our guests get to ask 1 question to you that you had to respond to, but very quick. We got 10 more minutes here. So, Paver King, your speech.
Ready?
30 seconds.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are. It will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much can you take and keep moving forward? That's how winning is done.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, better than Sylvester, that's for sure.
I don't know.
That's not a mainstream landscape quote, is it?
I was expecting you to quote the
Rocky, it's a
gambler.
landscaping movie about digging holes in terrible soil.
Andy, do you want to follow that one up? 30 seconds.
I do. I came to this game ready to outwit, outplay, and outlast, and I did just that. I built strong alliances, made bold moves, and adapted when it mattered most. Every challenge, every vote, every decision was a step towards this movement. I played hard, but played smart. I stayed loyal when it made sense and took risks when I had to. Sitting here today, I've proven that I have the strategy, the social game, and the resilience to make it to the end. Now I just need your vote to win. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Did you guys prepare these? What's going on here?
So prepared. That was awesome.
It came from the heart.
Is this from like another game show?
Just this
Like another Survivor elimination rounds?
I'll never tell you.
Jeremy, your 30 seconds is on the clock.
I'm not going to use my buddy Chat to write a speech for me or anything like that. I'm just going to tell you, I'm just here for the Perma Edge, and I really want to win the Perma Edge. I'm here for the grand prize. It would also be super efficient if I won the Perma Edge because Chris lives like pretty close to me, so we could just drive it over and save all the shipping. So that'd be a pretty easy sponsorship deal for him, really. So I just want to win the Perma Edge. That's all I'm here for.
Awesome.
That's it. Is that 30 seconds?
That's 30 seconds. All right, Nick, I know you had to go, so you can ask your question to any one of them or all three. You can ask whatever you want. Why should they get your vote? You can ask them however you want. And then once you're done, you can just send me who you vote for in the Instagram.
I already
if you have
sent
to go.
you.
Oh, beautiful. So do you want to ask a question at all?
No, it's okay. I knew who I was going to choose in the beginning. Yeah.
In the very beginning.
Well, I mean, from like before the speeches, and the speeches did nothing for me. So it didn't sway my decision in any way whatsoever. So yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys. I'm gonna watch. I'm excited.
Okay. The Landscape Daddy. Question for one or all of them or whoever, whatever you want to do. You can just yell at them if you want to.
What's in it for me?
Nothing.
Classic.
You don't want to ask a question? You're good?
No, that is it.
Oh, you're asking them. Okay.
That is
Jeremy.
the question.
Jeremy.
Is that to me?
All three of you, I guess. We'll start with Jeremy.
Look, I will send you one pack of Perma Edge. I'll just mail it back to you. Be kind of a kickback. You vote for me.
That's good.
I might cut it. Like it might just be like a tiny little bit of Perma Edge out of the pack because I'm just gonna put stamps on it.
You think dime baggy?
It's enough to get you like a half a foot, maybe.
Perfect.
Andy,
how many centimeters is that?
What?
That's.
I mean, the only thing I can say is I've given you a freedom hat. I've given you freedom.
Ooh.
True.
So that's all I can say.
PK.
I'll keep carrying you weekly.
Oh.
All right, Mark, your question, comment, or anything to any of them.
I just want to carry a grudge, so I want to know who just voted me off.
PK, did you vote Mark off?
Yes.
That stings. That stings.
Honesty, though. You remember back at the start when everyone voted that I was the most trustworthy person of the group?
Actually, I was going to make an alliance.
Totally insane, but
I was going to make an alliance before this whole thing started. I'm like, well, how about the other grumpy old guy that landscapes, right?
Should have reached out, man.
Yeah, I know. My bad.
Should have reached out.
Here I am now, all alone, off the island.
I could have lied there, though.
You could have.
Would have been helpful for me, but I did not.
Andy, did you vote Mark out?
The only thing I would say is someone voted for me, so. And it wasn't Paver King.
Jeremy, did you vote Mark out?
Huh?
I don't remember who I voted for.
Oh, cryptic.
It's hard to say.
Press letters.
Typical politician.
Yeah, I don't like these answers.
All right, Auman, question for one or all three, or comment. What do you want to say?
Oh man, who's the most American?
Jeremy?
What's that?
Do you want to answer that?
Who out of what?
Who's the most American?
Who's the most American?
Yeah.
Like, am I the most, or out of the three of us that are left?
Who's the most American?
Andy Mulder. It's just bald eagles are screeching over there. You can see them kind of in the background.
I feel like I am not the most American. That's what I'm going to say to you, Caleb. I'm not the most American.
Andy, who's the most American?
I am.
Just two words. I like it. DPR, the first voted out. You've been waiting a long time to have your voice heard. Now's your chance. Comments, questions, any of them? All three? What do you want to say?
Mike, how many bags am I going to get of the share?
Oh, from me? Well,
yeah.
Once again, in proximity, Jordan is very close. Jordan, I'd be willing to split the bags of Perma Edge with you, 50-50.
Come on, Canadians.
For one vote?
You know what to do.
No, that's a lot to give away for one vote, Mike.
He's the only one that asked.
Oh man.
One of the greatest sales lessons ever, not that I want to bring value to this, is if you do not ask, you will not receive.
He didn't ask for half.
We asked for some.
Yeah.
You just offered it.
Well, he's probably gonna, I got a job I'm gonna sub out to him, so he's gonna use it on my job.
There you go. 25%.
So he gets a job and bags.
Matt, Hardscape Ottawa, your question, comment to any or all three of them.
Yeah, I've got a couple part question here for everybody. Hopefully it doesn't take up too much. But first, I want to know if you were to win the Perma Edge packets, what type of social media content you would create with those packets, and then how that would play into our North American free trade. And beyond that, I would then like to open up the auction of how many packets you're going to send my way if I send you my vote, as PK seems to be a little short on packets right now.
Ooh, playing his cards right. Andy, what would you do with the social media posts with permapacks? And how many would you give Hardscape Ottawa for a vote?
That's a lot of questions. I would open all the packages and combine them into one bucket so that I could ship it, all of it, in one large Perma Edge bucket. I would take the Perma packs, put them in a Perma Edge bucket, and then ship it to you, Matt. So you had the most linear footage ever in a Perma Edge bucket.
World record.
Yep, I know. Classic America.
J Squared, what would you do for social posts, and how many packs would you give to Hardscape Ottawa for a vote?
I'll probably sit them in my barn, and they'll probably sit there for like 2 years, and then I'll forget I had them. But I'll take a picture of them or something. I'm not going to send them. That's a lot of money to ship freight. I will take a picture of myself with them and then send it to Matt.
Sounds good. And
I'll definitely
PK,
do that.
social media posts with the perma packs, and
So for a while there, it was really popular to take a full spoonful of cinnamon and shove it in your mouth and then try to swallow it. I'm willing to take a full spoonful out of a Perma Edge packet and shove it in my mouth and try to swallow it, much like the cinnamon challenge.
I may consider
PK. Let's go.
Got my vote.
That's the answer, boys.
All right, jury, cast your vote. This is who you want to win, not who you're voting off. Send it to @HowToHardscape. Who do you want to win?
Oh, do I get to vote or no?
No, you don't get to vote.
Okay.
You are one of the ones who is up for the.
Sorry, I lose track of what we're doing.
Got it. I do too, and this has been an experience. So J Squared, Andy, and Paver King are up for. Send your vote. 10 seconds. 9, 8. How many votes am I looking for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got our 5. All right. First vote. PK. Second vote. PK.
All day.
I think I'm waiting for one more vote. Am I?
I don't know. We can't see your screen.
I don't think it matters. Next vote. PK. Next vote. And the winner of the very first, not our finest hour survivor, the Paver King. Paver King, congratulations. This feels kind of rigged since it's the Not Our Finest Hour podcast.
Yeah. I can give a little speech here.
Yeah, give us a victory speech.
Yeah, give it to us.
You guys might not know this, but I consider myself a bit of a loner. I tend to think of myself as a one-man wolf pack. But when I joined this game, I knew you were all one of my own and my wolf pack. It grew one by one, and then there were 2 of us in the wolf pack. And at first, this doesn't make sense anymore. Anyways, it's the hangover wolf pack speech that I was not working. I think in the end here, it says 4 of us wolves, but let's expand it. Running around in the desert together in Vegas. So I'm happy to have taken out the Americans somehow. I feel like I got some votes from the Americans at the end. I feel like they came around. They realized that they didn't want me to cut off their electricity.
Well, guys, thanks so much for bearing with me through this. I
I think
appreciate it.
I think the only thing we need is now a spoonful of Perma Edge in your mouth.
Yeah, I can't wait for
Send
that.
me
It's
send
gonna
me
be
the Perma
unreal.
Edge. Send me the Perma Edge.
Let's go.
Against medical advice, I will take a spoonful of Perma Edge and see.
Are you gonna wash it down with a Canadian pickle?
Yeah,
You got to come through with your promise.
Send me the Perma Edge. That I don't even think would be top 10 craziest things I've done on the internet. So, but I'm gonna put it up there.
Yeah. Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate you bearing with me through that. Maybe there will be a second one, maybe there won't be. But where can our audience go find you? Give your plugs here, however you want to, where they can find more about you. Mark, Green Monster, where can our audience find out more about you there?
GMlandscapes.com, and I think Instagram is Green Monster Landscapes.
Do you have any closing words for any of our contestants? Do you feel slighted by any of them?
Not at all. We had an incredible alliance. I'm not going to name any names, but I just hope this never happens again. I don't think that we should do this anymore.
Okay, I'll count Mark out for the next time. Jeremy, J Squared Outdoor, where can our audience find out more about you and any closing comments, contestants, anything you want to say?
Instagram at J Squared Outdoor. Really proud to do this. It was just the highlight of my night. Like hanging out with all you guys. Appreciate it.
Maybe the next time we'll be on an actual island and we'll be actually voting people off.
I like that idea.
Andy Mulder, where can our audience find out more and any closing comments for anybody?
Mulder Outdoors on Instagram and mulderoutdoors.com. And I think, I appreciate you asking me to be on. And I think if Signature comes on the next one, we just all have an alliance against him and don't tell him.
That's a good idea. Caleb Auman, where can our audience find out more about you and closing comments?
First off, thanks to Perma Edge. That was awesome of them to be a sponsor. And so thanks to Perma Edge. It was super cool. At Auman Landscape on YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. Kid Contractor Podcast, Together in Trades, all sorts of stuff. Shameless plugs there while we're out the door. Thanks, folks. It was fun. Thanks, guys. This was fun.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Caleb. DPR, Jordan, where can our audience find out more and closing comments?
Yeah, I don't really post much, but DPR Landscapes. And just want to say, go Canada, go! 4 nations. We're gonna take the gold.
Beautiful. And Hardscape Ottawa, same thing.
Yeah, at Hardscape Ottawa on Instagram. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it. Thanks to our sponsor as well. If you guys ever want some entertainment, look up a Canada goose fighting a bald eagle. I definitely recommend that video. See how it goes.
Beautiful, guys. Thank you so much.
Hey, Mike, one other question. What's the legal department here for the intro that I heard my voice on?
You can send that to not our finest hour customer service at gmail.com.
Okay.
Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot. I'm going to keep recording because I don't know if we're going to do a worse hour or if you guys even want to stay for a worse hour. PK, Chad, what are we?
I'm good for another hour before I crash and fall asleep. So
cool.